Hello. Today we will be discussing the Heeren Büchse, or Heeren Rifle. Let us begin with some background. Most of my information comes from this book, the International Arms Review. In the mid to late 1800s, single-shot breech-loading rifles were all the rage in Europe, before largely being supplanted by bolt-action designs. This is one of the many actions to come out of that era. Not one of the first, but certainly one of the most interesting. In around 1880, a Colonel Heeren from Baden-Baden patented this action. It would first be produced by Nagel Menz, also of Baden-Baden. Various other makers produced rifles with the action over the years. Most that you would encounter are made by Nagel Menz, although that is relative since it is a seldom seen rifle, especially here in the US. Now let's take a closer look. This is a falling block action. All falling blocks share the same basic method of operation. A lever is pulled downwards, which pulls the breech block down with it. A round can then be loaded into the chamber, and the lever is returned upwards, readying the rifle to fire. The majority of falling block actions function like this rifle here, which is a Browning 78. The lever pivots at the front and is lowered down and forward. A few designs are a bit different, such as this Remington Hepburn, where the lever is located at the side. Also moves down and forward, though. The Heeren rifle is quite different. We have this catch at the front of the trigger guard. This is depressed, and the trigger guard swings down and back. Then a round can be chambered, and the action closed. The advantage of this is that it allows the action to be much more compact. If I line these up in such a way that you can see them properly, lining the breech up, we can see that on this action, the trigger is much more to the rear. On the Remington Hepburn, the difference is not quite as great, but still noticeable. Now let's look at exactly how it works. I will remove the scope to give us a better view of the breech. From this angle, you can see the breech block lowering and raising. The action is very smooth. Now, if you look carefully to the left of the chamber, you'll be able to see the extractor actuate when I push on the lever. Let's demonstrate with this snap cap. As you can see, it is designed not to eject, but only to allow the case to be removed manually. Over here we have a safety lever, conveniently positioned for use with the trigger finger. Down is safe, up is fire. Now here, this flat surface is the trigger. As you can see, when the trigger is pulled, this lever moves. This is part of the hammer, and it serves multiple functions. First, it can be used to cock the action. Second, by holding it and pressing the trigger, we can also decock the rifle. Now, let's take it from the cocked position. Here. Now, if we press this further, you hear a click. The trigger is now set, providing an even lighter trigger pull. For this next part, we need to look very closely. As you can see, it is in the uncocked position. Now, if we begin opening the action, observe very closely in this area. You can see as the hammer catches right there, and then flipping over, we look here, and you can see the set trigger mechanism catch, like so. I hope that this video has been informative. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.